So he was
ex-girlfriend, and
cheating on her.
yes, and her cheating with her boss. Okay, so that's my point.
Well, I was gonna say that part later because it's later on in the story that it comes out that he's saying she's cheating on him,
Okay.
or she cheated
Well,
on
it
him.
came
So
earlier for me, but it just depends. I mean, that's how the
yeah, no.
sequence of how they
It's
showed it.
he. No, you're right. He said that in terms of he thought she was cheating before he cheated with the au pair, but he didn't say this till after everything had happened. So he's talking to, police and investigators and everything like this.
But
So,
he used it to justify
basically,
what he did, though. He tried to justify it. Oh, she's cheating
well,
anyway.
basically,
You know?
so Tara had come home. They had the argument, and he's saying that Tara was like, you know what? I don't have to put up with this.
Right.
My job called me back early anyway. They told me I need to be back like Sunday or something, and so I'm just gonna go back.
Right.
And so he said she left, and the last thing he heard is she was on the phone, and she's like told the limo service or whatever come pick me up, which she normally did. This is what he said. She normally had the car service come pick her up, and so she told them she'll meet them at the bottom of the driveway, and then he left. She left, and he just never saw her again. And so that's when, like, 5 days after that, he went to the police to report a missing person, and that's when all
On
that story came
Valentine's
out.
Day over all days. That's the day
Yeah,
that he
so
actually reported
Valentine's
it.
Day of '07,
Mm-hmm.
he reported that his wife was missing, and that's when that whole story came out that they had an argument, and then she went home. She had said there was a change in her schedule for work and everything like that. Before he went to the police, he called her boss, he called her mom, he called her sister to find out, has anybody seen her? He said that she just when she left the house, he was like, well, what about the kids? The kids won't get to see you. Why are you doing this? And she was just like, oh,
Bye.
tough.
I'll be back
She was
on
like, yeah. And
Monday.
what she actually said was what he said what she actually said was tough.
Mm-hmm.
The kids would have to deal with it, and she has to leave early. So it is what it is. Who's making the money here? Shut up, bitch. Basically, that's what he said. She said,
Mm-hmm.
but then the police were like, well, she's been missing. Why'd you wait 5 days to come and tell us? So he was like, well, I called her boss, and he was like, well, yeah, she's supposed to be coming in early. Well, don't call the police yet. Let me talk to her. Let me find out what's going on with her or whatever. And
And the
so
parents
then
also said she's just cooling her heels. That's it. She's just upset. That's exactly
well, that's
what
what
they
he
told.
said. That's what he said they said. But
Well,
he
I mean,
also
they
said,
they have to get accounts. I mean, they can't. He can't just make that up. They have to get witness statements.
well, this is what he said. And then when he got witness statements, they found out he was lying through his
Oh,
ass.
okay.
So he also said that, and then he also said that she usually would just disappear like this, so this wasn't, abnormal for her. So when she was gone a while, he wasn't. It wasn't anything that was abnormal. So he was like, eh. He started calling her like, you need to come home. The kids miss you. Like, what are you doing? The kids didn't see you. The kids didn't get to see you. Come on. Blah, 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 blah. So this is all his account. That's why I pointed out in the beginning, this is his account
Okay.
of stuff. This is not somebody actually giving facts. This is him saying what happened. So
Okay.
all
Mhm.
that he's saying, but when police investigated, number one, everyone he spoke to said she would have never just left her kids. She's not that kind of
Not
person.
one bit.
She would have never just left her kids. So that was number one. So he had to come back, hurry back and cover his tracks. And he was like, well, no, 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 no. But she does do that. And plus, you're like, okay. Suppose she doesn't do that. But check this out. I think she was having an affair though with her boss. Because she always flies to Puerto Rico. Who's she sleeping with there? I'm alone 5 days a week. She's alone 5 days a week, so she has to be sleeping with her boss. But you know what? At the same time, I don't think she's sleeping with her boss, but I do think she has a boyfriend, and I think she was with him. I think that's who she's with. So it's like police were like, okay, wait, get your story straight, dude. Which one? Is she sleeping with her boss? Does she have another boyfriend? Is she not cheating? Like, what is your story now? So the police are all confused because he's given, like, now that they did this little bit of investigation at first, when I say a little bit, I mean they just started off and everybody's like, nah, that's not her personality. She would never just leave her kids like that. Then they started questioning him, like, okay, your story is not adding up to everybody else's story. So they were like, well, you know what? The easiest way to confirm this is let's call her boss. So they called the boss and was like, hey, yeah, so we can't find Tara, and her husband just said missing person. And he said when she left, she said her schedule had been changed, so she left early. And so we're just calling to confirm that, you know, you changed her schedule and she's there, whatever. And the boss was like, what the hell are you talking about? You know, we didn't call her in early.
Oh
I
my
have no idea
God.
what you're talking about.
She's not even here.
You know,
Here. That's crazy.
yeah, yeah. It's like we didn't call her in early. And also we were wondering what happened because she's been with us for like 10 years. And in all 10 years that she's been with us, she's actually never missed a day. She's literally never missed a day. So this is like crazy. We were worried about her ourselves. So they were like, you know what? We got this. You know, Tara has a company card and she has a company cell phone and everything.
Yeah,
So what we're going to
she
do is
can
we're
be
going to get,
tracked. You know, there's digital. There's a paper trail of
yeah,
where
we're
she
going to
spends
get
her
our
money.
security guy
Yeah.
in the office to just, you know,
Mm-hmm.
log into everything and just see what's going on. Like, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. So, you know, company card from since the 9th when she landed all the way till the day they checked it, nothing came up on it. So it's like she didn't buy a plane ticket back. She hasn't bought food. She didn't buy a hotel, you know, nothing. Where if somebody just left the house, then wouldn't they use the card? And also, they were looking at the phone and they were seeing that the phone hasn't made an outbound call since she last called him on her way home
Mm-hmm.
from the airport. So, you know, um, and like I said, it never came out that she was going back early. The company never called her back. So everybody was like, huh. And the cops were like, well, he told us something different. Let's go and give him a visit here. So the police went back to the house, but this time they went back with a warrant. And they searched the house and they questioned Stephen and they questioned the au pair. You know, Stephen was saying that, you know, he thinks that Tara cheated and everything like that, but he was like, but I've been faithful. I didn't do anything. You know what I'm saying? I was faithful. I'm just here chilling with my family, trying to be the best father ever and trying to be a loving, supported husband to Tara. But, you know, but she's in Puerto Rico, like hoeing around or whatever, you know? So what do you want from me? Oh, about that time that I told you I cheated with my girlfriend, my ex girlfriend. I mean, but you know, but she was a hoe. So what do you
Oh my
expect from me to
God.
do? Be faithful? Um, but you know, and then they were like, well, this woman, this lovely young lady here, lives with you, and you know, you're basically with her more than you're with your wife. Have you ever cheated on her with him? We're sorry to ask you this, sir, but you know, we just have to ask this question. Have you ever cheated on your wife with this lovely young lady here? He was like, shit, what do I look like to you? Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
I am faithful. I have 2 children and I have a lovely wife that I'm just trying to find. I have never, what did Clinton say? I have never had sexual
That
relations
woman,
with that
Miss
woman.
Lewinsky.
Yeah. I've never had sexual relations with that woman.
Right.
So they were like, okay. And as the police is questioning him, you know, Johnson was in the other room. He said, hey, come over here, Steve. Come see this. What have you got, Johnson? What's going on in there? So they went into the master bedroom, which the master bedroom, as you know, is Stephen and Tara's room. And there was some of the au pair stuff in his room. And they were like, huh, you sure you never slept with her? And he was like, I don't know how that stuff got there. I mean, maybe it's my friend. Maybe she was sleeping with somebody while we were out getting ice cream. Yeah, I think that's what happened. So, while they're questioning Stephen, they go back and question the au pair as well. So, how they separate you, and one police officer questions one person and the other questions the other. So while they were questioning Stephen and finding out all this stuff that's going on in the house or whatever, they questioned the au pair as well. And she was like, well, yeah, that night I was actually out partying with some friends. And then when I got home, I didn't see Mrs. Tara there. So that was kind of weird because she should have been home. And then the kids were in bed, and it was just all weird. And Stephen was just there by himself, which this never happens. And she's like, first of all, Tara is a great mom, even though she's not here a lot, but when she is here, she's a great mom, and she would have never left the kids alone. Also, she drives herself to the airport. And they're like, really? She drives herself? So she never calls a limo service? Because as my understanding is, she always calls a limo service to drive her to
At
the
least
airport or
from
whatever.
Detroit, and then yeah.
And she was like, no, she always drives herself. So, the cops were like, interesting. So, now it's making the cops question
suspicious.
Stephen. And also, I forgot to mention, when Stephen had gone into the police station saying she's missing, he just started giving out facts like, yeah, basically, why would I kill her? If I had something to hide, I damn sure wouldn't be here because I have arrest warrants out for, tickets and stuff. I have tickets that I haven't paid. So obviously, if I had killed her, I wouldn't be here because then y'all could arrest me, right? Right? Exactly. So I'm not guilty. Look over there. It's a mouse. So anyway, so then the cops kind of like, there's like a series of events between what I'm saying and before, where the cops were, they would pull him over and all this other stuff because they just had people like watching him basically. So after this happened, so after they left the house and everything, and they questioned him and everything, and while they're now searching for Tara, they still don't know if she's dead, she's alive, whatever. They're just searching for her. Stephen decided that he was going to hire a really high priced lawyer, like a really well known, famous, high priced lawyer. And then in the meantime, he started like doing weird interviews and appeared on news and talk shows and stuff. And like, oh my gosh, I gotta post some of the videos for y'all to see on our Facebook page, facebook.com/relationship crime, where you could see this guy and his stellar, and I'm using sarcasm here, his stellar acting abilities. Just, you gotta, oh my gosh, great job, great job.
Another
Where's
Academy
the Oscar?
Award, yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah, woo,
Another
does
Academy
that
Dance
acting.
Award.
Oh, dude, I wouldn't be surprised if he was sitting on a pin to try and make himself cry. He was squeezing out those tears so hard it wasn't even funny. So anyway, he hired a high priced lawyer and started appearing on TV, and he just loved being in the spotlight. So then my question is, why'd you hire a lawyer? Like, if you're innocent, okay, hire a regular lawyer. Because I can understand, the first person they look at is the husband. But where'd you get all the money from to hire this high priced lawyer if you only make $18,000 a year?
That's crazy,
Like,
yeah. I would wonder.
yeah, so where'd all this money come from? So, he's doing all that, blah 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 blah. So February 26th comes around, and this woman was jogging through the park, just minding her business, going for a nice jog, clearing her head, in the early morning day, smelling the crisp air, thinking about all the stuff she has to do today, but not letting it bother her because she's getting her workout on. Is she about to be fine in those shorts come the summer? Girl, I'm about to look good. So I gotta exercise. Oh my gosh, I feel the burn, but the burn means it's burning that.
Right.
It's weakness leaving your body. Yeah, I'm getting my workout on. Wait,
Kai's
what
having
the
a
hell is?
flashback, everybody.
And she stopped. She